So Alan writes, I'd love to invest in property, but with the past year and its issues, savings are non-existent. What would be the minimum amount I would need to invest in buy-to-let? It seems, here we go, I forgot to put that. It seems that the only option for people with money, the only option for people with money these days. And are buy-to-lets still a viable investment considering the deposits required? Yeah, if you can, just smash the like button. Any questions you've got about anything going on in the market, I'm happy to answer. Yeah, look, it's harder now, and I'm not going to deny that. When I built my portfolio in the UK, each property was treated as an individual property. They didn't look at the rest of your portfolio. As long as you had clean credit, they weren't worried about your income, nothing. So it has got a lot harder now, and at that stage, I remember the Northern Rock where you had 110% mortgages, so you could build them up very quickly. And I was fortunate enough to arrive in the UK just as that kicked off and take advantage of that and build, quite a large portfolio. If I had to redo that now, it would be a lot harder and it would take a lot longer. But I think the important thing here is start off where you can. Okay, so you've got to get the minimum amount for the first one, and whether that's savings or whether that's from loan from parents or whatever, inheritance, however. The trick is for this is to start and to keep building. I just did last night's webinar on how to get started in property. If you sign up to the autumn webinar series, you can actually get out of that, but it talks about how to build a portfolio. And the biggest problem that I see with a lot of clients is that they find, I can't afford it, so therefore I'm stopping. Yeah? No, you can't afford it now, but put a plan in place, work towards that. And in the meantime, read as much as you can, get highly educated. There's plenty of options out there on how to do that. But yeah, look, you do need money these days. It's very hard. Look, I love these people that jump on and say, oh, I built, 10 properties with no money down. Great, and if you can do that, fantastic. But for most people, that's not realistic. And for most of, probably 90% of the people that say they did that, it's BS. Unfortunately, it's not that easy to do. I'll just take one more now. So as someone looking to get into property investment, how do you know if I'm being too emotional about my decisions? Look, if it's your first one, you are going to be emotional. Yeah. The biggest thing you can do is just spend more time making sure you know the area, making sure you understand what's going on in the area, making sure you do the cash flow right, making sure you get all those ducks in a row. Do your research. Go and visit the area. Go and do a walk round. Yeah, look at the plans for the future and all that sort of stuff. I think that's key. And when you do that, look, that'll help the emotions. But at the end of the day, there's a decision to be made, and you are going to be, shit scared of making that first decision, of taking that first leap. But you have to do it. Yeah, you have to do it. Once you do the first one, actually everything gets easier from there. Yeah, but most people, they sit there and they procrastinate, and that's not what you want. Yeah. But yeah, guys, thank you very much and appreciate your time. And we'll see you next week. Anything else you got, send through to the webinars or check out the website, gladfish.com. And we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. All right, see you guys. Bye.